Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something sick.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
There's something that I've been wanting to say, and I don't know how to go about it, but months and months ago when, when we were kind of first, not the first few calls that I had, but when I was getting super interested and eager about learning about IFS, and
yes,
you were doing some mentoring stuff. I feel as though there were times when I did not navigate that connection very gracefully.
Okay.
And yeah, I was running into some of my own protective parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as though, I don't know, there were moments that I won't say that I oh gosh, I deeply regret, I'm not lamenting, but there were definitely times that I look back and think, wow, I was sort of heavily guarded in ways that may have come off not how I would want to, or in a way that was less settled than I feel as I am now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on being where you are now with those
thank you.
protectors of yours and being able to speak for them in that way.
Yeah. And what I'm trying to say is I'm sorry if there was ever just some real weird moments in that,
Okay.
during that time when we were very frequently, communicating.
Yes.
And I had some, and you've met these parts in session before, but there are some parts that I have around some experiences that I've had with mentors in the past that were not good.
Mm-hmm.
And then this connection with you is such an unusual type of connection, a person you've never ever met that is like super duper enthused about the same thing that you are. And they're kind of sort of your unofficial therapist. And at the time, like also mentoring me. I'm sure that, there are some folks that would, disapprove of that existing at all. But for me, it's been very good. But at that time,
it's been good for me too.
Flailing a little bit, like I was not trusting and
those parts are all there for a good reason, and we're in this together. We're both humans trying to figure it out, and I think we are doing a lot of good for each other and with each other, and I'm happy about it.
Me too. Thank you. I appreciate all of it.
Great.
All of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm going to be pleased with the way that I delivered that, but it was the best I could do.
Okay. Sounded connecting and welcome to me. So thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for listening. That's all.
Okay. Want to do some IFS?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I set a timer? How many minutes would you like?
Let's do 2 minutes.
Okay.
If that sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Timer is set.
Okay.
All right. Got any parts you'd like to get to know better or change your relationship with?
Always. So there's a part that still is hesitant to put out into the world and kind of announce the training that I did last year and the services that I would now like to offer based on that training. There's some resistance and judgment around coaching by some of my parts, and just like fear of judgment. Maybe it's not judgment itself, maybe it's fear of judgment. So that's come up recently. And there's another one I'm feeling like I want to give a voice to, but I don't think it's all that important to work with today. But for some reason, it feels like it needs to be listed as I've been doing more meditation and trying to establish that as a regular thing. And I always laugh when I hear a teacher say, watch out for kind of this new little like ego identity that is the spiritual identity or whatever. And I don't necessarily take on that, but there is some little thing in there. There's someone in there that wants to, if I'm like regularly practicing, it wants to believe that I'm somehow elevated, like that. Yeah, it's like what I would call it is a self-like part, or something like that, where you think, I don't even know how to describe it at this moment, but it's just this very subtle suggestion or feeling like that what I'm doing is like there's a real hesitance to say like, like superior in some way to any other thing that I might do instead, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Around, an interest that has renewed itself in, kind of pulling sometimes away from the outward world and digging into a practice like that.
And the part is saying that doing that is superior to doing other things?
That it's superior, or it will, it's like a part that, and it's not like, again, it's subtle, but it's this very subtle judgment of like what it would say are people who don't understand that, or people who don't have any interest in things like that.
Okay.
And it's pretty, I'm fairly good at noticing it and kind of not taking it on, but it seems frequent. It's like a frequent noticing that I'm having that I'm having to notice, I guess is the word. It's the best I can come up with at the moment.
All right.
Yeah.
All welcome.
Okay.
Which of these parts would you like to spend more time with now?
The first one.
Okay. Hesitant to announce training, resistance to coaching.
Yeah, like there's this part that just like digs its heels in. I feel like we've talked about this a little bit before, but it was way earlier in the whole evolution of the thing. But
maybe, but there was also our last conversation.
What was our last conversation?
You were talking about offering service to someone who you believe is in need.
Yeah. Yeah, that is, I forgot about that conversation, sort of. I hadn't forgotten that it happened, but yeah, this one is more of the hesitance to announce generally and in a wide way, like I do this, or, this is one of the things that I offer because of this, like, of feelings that I have about just the phrase. I don't think I will be able to say life coach, because I don't know why it just sounds lame to me.
It does sound kind of lame.
It is lame, but I actually do find the actual service, the practice of it on the receiving end and the giving end to be useful.
Me too.
So I'm having trouble with that. Like, how do you say that you are something or do something without saying the thing that you are like, ugh? And there's this whole feeling, there's a set of feelings around it about, I do not want to be like, there's this whole, and there's all kinds of different professionals that kind of put this vibe out there of like, live the dream and have it all. And like, I actually saw something the other day that someone put out and it said, achieve immediate lifelong results. And I was like, wow, that's big. And so, yeah, there's like this desire to be separate from any of that kind of hyperbole and like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to navigate this. Like,
so if you did find the language to separate yourself from the hyperbole, to use another word other than life coach, then will this part still have hesitancy around it?
I think that the hesitancy is like, how can you do that? How can you not, how can you not do those things?
Yeah. I was just asking to see if there were any other kind of feelings that the part has around that other than what you just described.
Yeah, it's the association with those things, and also like a experience that I had with a coach that was like really, well, it was a violation. And I don't mean that in a physical sense, but just like a psychic violation of myself and some other people who were in a group. And it is actually the mentoring situation that I was referring to before we did our meditation, like that causes me to, have pushback around that kind of relationship sometimes.
Okay.
So there's that too. It's like, yeah, but my rational side wants to come in and say like, there are people in every bucket that do fucked up stuff, like doesn't matter what profession it is or what, belief system or what have you, that shouldn't color the whole bucket. But this part is not the rational part. It's somebody else.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just kind of digs the heels in. Like I just have trouble making forward progress on that because of this part who just is like,
Okay. How do you notice that part showing up in your body?
I don't know about my body at this moment, but I noticed it showing up as like procrastination and like, yeah, like cringy feelings. When I talk about the kind of hyperbole that I was speaking to you about a moment ago, I will often say like, oh, that makes me want to puke. And yeah, so, but where I feel it is something more like throat, which is often where things hang out.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel towards it?
I'm going to add to what the previous question. There's also kind of like, there's like a bracing, like when you're resisting something, you kind of like tense up. There's that too. And how do I feel towards it? At this moment, I feel curious and amused. Yeah.
Is the amused kind of a judgment of this part?
No, it's not a judgmental amusement. It's not ridicule. It's just like, yeah, just I guess I find it amusing how effective it is at preventing me from doing things that I say I'm going to do.
Okay.
You know, like,
yeah.
wow, look at you. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Somehow quietly thwarting things that I say I'm going to do.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds kind of like respect.
Yeah.
Kind of, and being impressed by it in a way.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just show it that and invite it to notice you?
I'm reminded of a part we have a little bit worked with, and I've worked with in other scenarios, and I'm not sure if this is the exact same part or not, but I called it the no wall. And there was a time when it was outside of our sessions, but I kind of connected with it a little bit, and one of the bricks fell out, and I could like look, and there was light coming through. I'm trying to figure out if that the reason why that's coming up is because it is this part, or I'm having trouble getting a read on it.
Okay. You can go back to those sensations, the bracing, the sensations in the throat.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like not that I feel this, but I get the sense that the part is a little bit panicky. Like, no. So I don't, although no sounds like a no wall. I don't think it's the same part. But the no wall is adjacent to it somehow, I think.
Yeah. All right. And as you're noticing the kind of panicky energy, how do you feel towards it?
Less amused and more compassionate.
Okay. Yeah, show it that. Just let it know you'd like to get to know it.
And there's something coming up for me where there's a part that's insisting that I should be able to see this part. Like, it's like, come on, show me the image of the part. And that's not helping, I don't think.
Yep.
I need to release
thank that part.
and then I should be able to see it. Yeah, I just am hearing like, I just don't want to. And that's pretty much it. Like,
okay. So check and make sure that the parts that really want to overrule it and really want to, make sure that you have space from any of them.
Yeah, like agenda havers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to let this part know that your goal is not to make it do anything.
Yeah, that was a good one. Thank you. Because, like, yeah, I definitely more so than usual, I think, come to this conversation with like, all right, we need to fix this kind of thing.
Right.
And that's
Yep. Find that need to fix part. Ask it for space.
and still there's still a little resistance. It's like, yeah, tell it that it doesn't have to happen quickly. But like there's still a part that mixed in with me that's like, eventually this has to be resolved. But okay, I'm trying to get singled out. Okay. I'm feeling better.
So you're able to tell the part that you'd like to get to know it, even if it doesn't change or...
Yeah. I couldn't remember the words that you'd said, but what came once I got free was, I'm here to be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm having to zoom back into myself multiple times, or I'm seeing myself and then I'm joining myself. But either way, it's like I'm sitting in dark, like almost floating in darkness.
Does this part feel like it's been kind of in the dark?
The sense that I get is that this part likes the dark because it wants to hide.
Okay.
Yeah. Or even, I don't know yet, it's possible that the part is the dark.
Okay.
Or that it is taking that on as a way of showing. I'm not sure yet.
All right. You okay with all that? With doing this in the dark?
Yeah.
Great. Just let it know that. Yeah, it doesn't have to show up any particular way. We're just curious about it.
Okay. I feel that what you're saying, and I've put that out there. I don't get anything specific back.
Okay. You could try asking it about its experience. Like earlier you were thinking it had kind of a panicking energy. You could ask is that how it's been feeling? Does it have anything else it wants to tell you or show you about how it has been doing?
I just get like, I like hiding. That's all I get so far.
Okay.
It's not very verbose.
Okay. I bet it has good reason for that.
Yeah. I get something like darkness is cozy. and cool.
Mm-hmm. Want to hear my next question?
Yeah.
Okay. What's it afraid would happen if it wasn't hiding?
I get that it's afraid to be seen, and also that it's like then it would lose the coziness. Yeah, it doesn't want to be pushed into the light.
Mm-hmm. And we've already seen how other parts in you want to push it, right?
Yeah.
So you could let it know that you see how other parts in you have been that way with it. Noticing anything else?
Yeah, another character that I'm very familiar with has shown up and sat down next to me and is holding my hand.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm unclear as to whether she's responsible for this or or if she is just here.
Okay. You could ask her. What's her
Sometimes
relationship?
sometimes my parts are a little bit wily and trickstery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's her relationship with this part in the dark?
Yeah, she's the dust alien one. I've told you about her before.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen her recently a few times, and she seems to have taken on this, I don't know, sort of a sage-like set of mannerisms, whereas she used to be very whimsical and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm making any sense, but
Okay. She's sage-like.
yeah, she's very, I don't know how to describe it besides that. And that's not capturing it, but she seems very mature compared to how I've known her before.
Mm-hmm.
And I like them both great.
Why did she want to come sit with you while you were meeting this part?
Just to remind me of herself. And
cool.
She seems to be invested somehow in this meeting. That's what I...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you're learning from her?
No, at the moment.
Does she have concerns about letting you meet this part on your own if she were to
No, I don't
step
think
out?
so.
Okay.
I don't get that. I feel like she's there not, out of concern, but of care. If that makes if their distinguishment between the two make any sense. Somehow I feel like I don't know. I don't know if they're friends or
Okay.
what. I don't know. And I like when I'm in there, like when I'm not seeing myself because I'm having the darkness feels very like calming and peaceful now. Although earlier I said there was franticness. I don't know where that went. Like, I don't.
Does she soothe this part that feels frantic? Is that one of her roles?
No, I don't get that either. And
okay.
Yeah. What I feel like I'm picking up is that this part is just saying to wait. And then there's a feeling or part that is like judging this whole interaction, like questioning whether somehow, there's some exile-y thing that is being avoided with this peaceful feeling or this, but it feels very grounded in there.
Okay.
Floating in the dark, like.
So she was thinking that maybe the way you were going wasn't like that you wouldn't have the patience and wouldn't do the waiting. She's looking out for those parts of you that wanted to rush in and fix it.
Are you talking about the dust alien or the dark part?
Yes, the dust alien. That's the one that told you to wait, right?
No, I'm just feeling like that's the message that I'm getting as far as this agenda that I came with about, I need to do this, and this part is counter to that.
Right.
I think it feels to me like this part is saying, like, to sit quietly, to continue to do that. Maybe not, I don't mean like necessarily in this session, but that too. What I get is that the resistance will dissolve or will break or whatnot on its own. I think I'm seeing something, but I need to make sure it's quote real, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I still feel like the darkness is a part in and of itself, or at least that it represents or has like sentience.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. But for like a moment, and then I tried to zoom in on it, and I'm seeing like all of a sudden there's like a little kid standing there.
Okay.
Who likes the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have again acknowledged the parts that did have an agenda, and you've acknowledged the dust alien and her presence.
And the darkness.
Yeah. How would the agenda and the dust alien feel about letting you continue to get to know this kid in the darkness?
I don't feel any resistance.
Okay.
She's standing there holding like a stuffed animal or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, introduce yourself. Just let her know you're just here to get to know her.
This is another one of those. It's happened to me before where it's a kid. It's a kid, but it has more like of an adult face. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but she has like a kid body and kid mannerisms.
Okay.
And what I got, it's in this session, it's not like the parts are like speaking to me, but I'm getting there.
Great.
But what I got from her was like, the darkness is my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it makes her feel safe.
Mm-hmm. could ask her how that came to be, how it came to be that she preferred the dark and the safety of it.
She says, like, she said sometimes people are mean and judgy.
Yeah.
And then she kind of like came over to me and is like sitting on me now. And she's like, she said she also likes me. Like, I like the darkness and I also like you.
Awesome. Yeah, people can be mean and judgy.
Yeah.
What else does she want to tell you about herself?
Before you said that, I was just kind of like following my own hunch, and I asked the darkness part if it would just like scoot just a tad. And then like around us got just a little bit like firelight. You know, there's like light, but it's not bright. And then when you asked that, she said something about I liked color.
Okay.
Which I do as an adult. You know, like,
yeah,
we do.
Yeah.
I do.
Has it been hard for her being in the dark so much? How much she likes the color?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's like, I like to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But somehow she's felt attached to the darkness.
Because people are mean and judgy.
Yeah. She doesn't like it when people are mean.
Mm-mm. She likes to do a lot of things. She likes to color. What else does she like to do?
She says she likes to play outside and she likes to ride horses.
Nice.
Mm. She's like, I like to do everything.
Cool. Yeah. How long has she had that attachment to the darkness?
She said she doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time. She doesn't know how much time.
Okay.
She's like, there's not a clock here.
Yeah. Yeah. She's right. She likes being able to tell you about herself and what the things she likes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there more she wants to show you about the things she doesn't like, or what's been hard for her?
I feel like I don't know. I'm having trouble getting to the nitty gritties of this. Like before you asked that, she was like, "We can go now," but I feel as though I've not connected to whatever that is that you're pointing.
Well, you can come back for that.
Yeah.
You know, if she feels like you get her, if she trusts you.
She does. Like immediately she was just like, "Hi, I like you," and just like crawled up on me and started telling me all the things.
Okay. Where would she like to go?
She has a lot of ideas about that.
Great.
She's like, we could ride horses. We could go to the beach. We could play in the yard. She seems interested in the sprinkler.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that she wants you to do or wrap up in the dark place or in other times or anything? Does she have any requests around that?
I feel like she feels bad about leaving the dark part.
Okay.
Like she feels like that's her friend, and if she leaves, then that would be like not.
How do you feel towards the dark part?
I like it. It was
great.
It's there.
So the dark part can stay in your system and be a welcome member of the family?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will probably connect to that part the next time I sit down to try to meditate.
Uh-huh.
Because it's a very nice little spot for that.
Yeah. Dark is cozy.
It was peaceful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very, it was just a space.
Mm-hmm.
Dark space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dark can come along. She can meet you there. She can access that. You just don't want her to feel like she has to be stuck anywhere.
Yeah. I just saw her like blowing a kiss towards where we were walking from.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Told her she could come back and visit. In the dark part mind. I don't feel any resistance there, so
great.
I told her it's okay. It doesn't ruin the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because friends can go places and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard her say something like, I'm ready. She wants to make a picture or painting or something and show it to people.
That sounds awesome.
I'm ready to, show my stuff to someone.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
Maybe she could show you first.
Yeah.
And then if she wants to show it to other people, that could be something that you help her with if she wants that.
Actually,
maybe you could help look out for people who might be mean and judgy and make sure that it's shown to the right people, or when it is shown that you're there to protect her from that.
Yeah. She's into that, but she so strange, these things. But she's like, I want to make a picture for my friend. Like, she wants to make a picture for the dark part. And then I saw her like running back into the dark space with the picture and being like, here you go. Like,
Great.
I brought you this.
Great.
She's like, it doesn't have a shape, but she's giving it a hug.
Okay.
Like hugging the air, kind of.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's like, I'm okay now. To me. Yeah.
Okay. She'd like to continue meeting you?
Yeah, she seems pretty stoked about that idea.
Okay. To feel like something you can commit to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She's still kind of mysterious to me. I mean, she's very open towards me, but I'm like, what's the story? Like, but
yeah,
if I'll ever know or not, but she's here.
If you keep getting to know her, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You might check in with some of those parts from earlier. The ones with the agenda. Just let them know that you got this part.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll keep learning about her.
Okay. They seem okay with that. One of them has a clipboard, but they're like, it's fine.
The clipboard is like, okay, did you do it yet? That kind of
off or not?
Yes.
Yeah, and the Destalian character is, as usual, like just sparkly eyed, and yeah, she just kind of has this like knowing smile.
All right.
Yeah. And the darkness is just the darkness.
Yep. It'll always be there.
Yeah.
Easy to find.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Questions? Anything we skipped?
I don't think so. I mean, I do have a part but I'm not necessarily buying it, but who's like, it's not supposed to be this easy and blah, blah, blah. But is it supposed to be something else? I don't know. This didn't feel, it wasn't hard. She just was like, yo, hey, I want to make pictures and sit in your lap.
It happens. Yeah, it happens.
Cool. I mean, I feel like after you've done a lot of the really heavy lifting work, sometimes it's not as hard. The last two ones that we've done, or maybe,
Yeah.
The Dark Sorcerer Angel one was like, I'm still connected to that.
Yeah. I'd say that about our whole journey together.
What would you say?
It gets easier. It gets more clear.
That's the theme of the day, isn't it?
And less of it needs to all be figured out and explained. I know that you do have those clipboard parts, as do I, that are like, did we do it right? Like how, and did we do all the right steps? And is this part, or can I have a part that's like this? Just so many questions, and you're more and more just, your parts are trusting your intuition, and it's working.
Yay. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. Keep me posted. I'll reach out.
Okay.
Love to keep working with you.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Appreciate it, James.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows, that might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.